Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. I hope you guys have a good day and good morning to everybody. Thanks for your support of the channel. As always, I've got my coffee, making some vids. Came across this game, I don't know, maybe a week ago, maybe less than a week ago, because the new small patch for Battle Pass broke the old replays. Again, as usual, apologize to people who had videos into me or replays stacked up for me to do. Can't do them now. So there you go. Big pain in the rear. However, for this one, P-58 Mutz, one of the tanks I don't have 100 battles in. I do have both versions of this, the Schwarz Panzer and the Mutz version of this. This one, I think they both only have about 5 or 6 battles maybe. And come on to Himmel's River Field. So Himmel's Field, we're going to talk about being annoying, trying to be annoying. I am bottom tier, although it is only a 2-tier battle. We are on here on Himmel's Field. Up on the north spawn. Because it is encounter, everybody spawns together, which is nice. There's nobody in the pit, which makes this decision making a little bit easier. What I want you guys to do right now as we're counting down is think about where you would go. A lot of you who've watched my channel for a long time know exactly where I'm going, but this is encounter, and I am in a medium. There is a Conqueror, but there is no Artie. There's a Sturv and a JT, an RHM and a T-28 prototype for TDs, and a T-95. So take all that into account. Where did you expect the T-95 to be? Well, maybe even pushing in a little bit right there. I would expect the JT, especially the Sturv, maybe the RHM, to be up here in these trees back here, which could be problematic. But where do you think the lights and mediums, and there aren't very many of them, but we do have a Leopard and a Char, where do you think those guys are going to go? Down here into the southeast? Where are all of our guys going to go? We have a 25 TAP, a Pat and a T-54, and myself and a Mutz. You know where I'm going to go, and I'm going to argue for this, just as I always argue for going to the place that matters. Now, I knew coming up here that the Conqueror was going to be a problem, especially if he faces me right here, which means I'm going to have to change my mind and do something slightly different, but until that is proven to be so, I'm going to go to the critical terrain. I am fast enough, and I spawned to the left side of the spawn that I can make an INS direct beeline for this ridge, and I might catch some of the TDs still futzing around trying to get up into the hills up there. This is one of the reasons why I am almost always first to a position, if I can be. It amazes me how fast I get to places compared to the rest of the team, because most people are sitting around looking side-eye at each other going, where are you going? I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know. Dude, get to the critical terrain as fast as you can and get some free damage. Alright, so we're going to come on up here, taking a look, taking a peeky-boo. There we go. And there they are. Look at them. They're all still trying to get their position. T-95 has barely moved 50 yards. They probably all sat around giving each other the side eye, wondering where everyone is going, right? And now I've lit up a whole bunch of them, and I'm going to get some free shots. And we'll just do that. There is no Artie in this game. That's hugely important. Being the first to be seen on this ridge with Artie carries a bunch of danger in that you might get shot by said Artie. M46 Patton, he sees what's going on, comes in. The Charfuture dies. Alright, that's to be expected. Both of them fired. I should out-reload them, and I can just come up here and kill off this RHM. Ah, that sucked. I ended up missing. Alright. We get 875 spotting, 766 damage, and we trade that for 360 damage, and now we've got to start worrying about the Conqueror, and I forgot to even mention the ML. Both fantastic tanks for this position right here. Now we have to play very carefully, right? We've created a little bit of an advantage for our team in hit points real early. The Sturv has gone down there, interestingly. The WZ is futzing around down by the cap. We've lost a Scorpion and the, Batchat, I guess it is, that's down there, yep. And the T-54 and the T-92, who have taken all this time to travel down to that portion of the map and have added nothing to the team. This is why I go to positions like this. You know, this is a time game. You only have 15 minutes or 10, depending on the mode, to win the game. The side that wins the majority of the time is the side that takes the enemy guns and hit points faster, sooner, because that creates an advantage that's hard to come back from. Can it be overcome? Yes. Is it the typical best way to win? No. It is not a good way to win to give up nearly 2,000 hit points right off the bat. You start to get a cascading effect. You can grind your way back to it, but it is almost always an advantage to get those hit points, provided you're not also trading a bunch of guns just to do it, right? If 5 of us raged in, took a bunch of hit points, but we all got obliterated, and even if we came out with a hit point advantage, but 5 guns are gone and they still have 15 and we have 10, that's bad. But a little bit of trade. Your hit points are a resource. You don't want to trade too much too early, but it is also not a game of saving hit points. If it was a game of saving hit points, then go hide in the back and save your hit points. But that's not what the game is. All right? So hit points are a resource. They should be husbanded, but use them wisely. And sometimes earlier for good trades is the way to go. All right. Enough of that time stuff. Just notice what's going on down in the south. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 tanks down there. The Emil just lets me come up and get into the lower plate. I say thank you very much. The Conqueror is giving me some side turret. Get another poke at him. Gives me a light on the RHMB, and I'm thinking this is too good of an opportunity. Let's get rid of this guy. He's not even paying attention. Now he's gone, and now we have the IS-3. So I see the IS-3 moving in. The Barask is pushing through. Having a little bit of trouble hitting things. I do know that the stinking WZ is down there, and he's going to make his presence known here in a moment. I am trying to get some shots on this guy. Unfortunately, I hit the Type 4. I have to check left. This is a skill you guys need, especially if you're going to fight in positions like this, because it is a multi-axis, multi-threat axis kind of position. Especially if you're down here shooting guys down low, there are positions back there that might be able to hit you. There are some buildings in the way, but they can get to you. And if they notice me dicking around, paying attention this way, they may come up on the other side, either that Emil or that Conqueror, and shoot me in the side. But we do have at least one TD. Our RHM is dead as well. Kind of keeping them honest. All things to think about. This is why a lot of people don't go to positions like this. I'm going to knock that building down for future use in case he pokes out again. I do get spotted, and we'll back out. Down goes the IS-3. And this is where I'm going to expose myself to the 103, because I'm going to come outside of one of the buildings here. It might be a little while later. There we go. We get shot via T-95. The Sturv is going to look for a shot on me. And as you highlight yourself up here, you start to give them shots. Is that him right there? No, it's the WZ. We're going to get hit in just a minute. The shot to the side of the 50T PPR. And it's a huge crossfire, right? The Sturv, or the Scorpion's over on that side. I'm coming up over top. There's a whole crowd of them right there. There's the Sturv. So he's figured it out. He's finally found that one shot. Now I have to do something different, right? We'll fix the gun, and we'll just come over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly shift in this terrain, because if I come to the left, I am going to have coverage from this part of the hill, and I won't highlight myself. And I can more or less do the same thing from this part of the hill. It's not as nice because I'm a little bit more towards where their guns are pointing to. So it'll be a little bit easier for them to react to me. But they are so busy right now with multiple guys just absolutely pummeling them. We're starting to bring guys down to a one shot. The Emil actually walks into that one. Probably should have been the one that I was prioritizing. They end up taking out the Tortoise. With a shot in the side of that guy. Again, I probably should have prioritized the Emil and taken him out. The 704 has finally moved up. Get him dead. The prototype is in the back. Gonna take a shot at him. That goes into the ground, and down goes the rest of them. 50 TPPR is dead, and we have a lot of beat up guys, but we've got a huge hit point advantage. 10,000 to 4,000. Proto's hanging out back there. So back to the annoying part that I talked about at the beginning. I am that medium with the rapid rate of fire as compared to the heavies. People don't like to be hit. Doesn't really matter what it is that's hitting them. Makes them nervous. Makes them want to go somewhere else. The Conqueror was in a fantastic spot and absolutely was unable to use it based on the amount of harrying that the team did to him. Right? They were getting multiple angles. He couldn't get settled in, use his turret to great effect. Really just neutralized both him and the Emil. The guys pushing around the corner up there and getting into that central spot was huge for the team. I figured I might die to the stirb, so I just kept going. I didn't even stop to shoot. I'm going to try to dive into this little cover right here. No sense in letting him have another shot. And I'm actually getting some of the spotting on that, which is hilarious. Ricochet. We'll just hide from him. Somebody else will kill him, and down he goes. 2,958, 1,504 ends up being a ace tanker. I think my first one here for the P-58 Mutz. But it's a great example of get your gun in the game early, go to the right position, maneuver around in that position according to the situation, right? I.e. the stirb shows up on my right, can hit me. Let's shift this just a little bit right here. Keep the gun singing, keep the gun in the game, keep creating and making your own shots. Keep pressure on them, make good trades, right? Not no trades, make good trades. Taking no damage would be fantastic, but if you're prioritizing no damage, meaning no shots going out, that's too far the other way, okay? And look at these guys. What did they kill? Well, probably a couple. Looks like they got 3 over there eventually. The Leopard PTA was over there. There was that a Bat Chat thing. Yeah, the Bat Chat 12T and some other medium. The CS59, I guess, went over there as well. Is that a 53, 59? What is that? 53. This is the Tier 8 medium over. Total sideshow. 100% sideshow. Amazing. Stop going to sideshows, man. Why do you want to be Sideshow Bob when you can be the main event? Why be Sideshow Bob? You can be the main event. That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support of the channel as always. We will see you. Be the main event.